Good evening. Welcome to Wolves After Dark. I'm your host, Ashwin, with the wrong there it is, screen open. Guys, thank you guys so much for showing up. It's 11:30 CST. Uh, Wolves brought down the house in Portland at the Moda Center, 121 to 109. Thanks in large part to 41 from Anthony Edwards, 15 rebounds, and a healthy dose of Rudy Gobert. And will we see an A1 tier tonight from a certain player off the bench? Because holy hell, heroics galore from Nikhil Alexander Walker. I don't think we really pull out this win and pull ahead to close out this game without someone like him in this game. Back to back, after beating, like, stomping on the Bucks and taking care of business in the second half against the Clippers. Ooh, how would we respond to a back to back, right? There was some questions about if Conley was going to start tonight, if Ant was going to start, if even he was going to play, and Mr. Questionable popped off for 41. And yesterday he didn't really have his three going, right? And he was really getting to the rim with like almost like reckless abandonment and basically handled the Clippers playing team style ball. But tonight was kind of a different game. Maybe slower legs, the legs were heavy, and that kind of got us into a bit of a pickle with three early fouls and three turnovers. And he didn't really have much to do in this game at all. You didn't see him in the second or in the fourth quarter again. Oh boy. But I dare if I can do all of this, including sound effects and talking to chat and reading box scores. But
Kill Alexander from start to finish. Gorilla Nut. Kill Alexander.
I hope that came through. Cameron's so much better at that than I am. In other news, I feel like my computer is fixed. I'm no longer going to get those like stutter screens and have to leave and come back. So I hope that's going to persist tonight, because boy, was that a struggle for me all of the season. Guys, our three wasn't following last night, and we were a little too jump shot happy tonight. I think in a lot of ways, a show of maturity to start a game like tonight is to get down low, beast down low against the youth of Portland. They have no business being in this game, right? And get DeAndre Ayton in foul trouble the way that you got, Zubats and Mason Plumlee in foul trouble. Get to the rim, get to the line. And we did none of that. We were like hucking threes from, Bend, Oregon. That's a dumb thing to say. But, Cat was really like trying to get his footprint on this game. And he was another version of Cat, another side of Cat tonight that I just didn't appreciate, which is kind of the hullabaloo. I don't know what that phrase is kind of like a big warning sign for this team. Is, can we stay consistent? Can we stay mature through a stretch? Can we build off of, momentum from the last previous games? Can we stay in the pocket that we're building for ourselves? It's sick. It's so sick that Gobert can scream at us at halftime, and it's like a player driven, shift, right? It's not the coaches telling us, it's the players at halftime. And the Lakers game or the Clippers game really showed out, right? Man, tonight it was a different story. It felt like Vince had a hold on this game and was really trying to find energy out of anyone outside of Ant. Heroics in the first quarter, popping off for 18 points. We weren't really playing a great game. And, tip your hat off, tip your whatever you're wearing off. I don't know what I'm saying there, but Portland's not like a bad team. They're bad. But they were hungry tonight. And any given Sunday, any given Monday, to be given Tuesday on a back to back, right? You're going to see something from anyone. And Scoot Henderson off the bench was a problem. 9 assists, 14 points, insane. DeAndre Ayton playing with money, playing with his food. in Rudy Gobert and Cat, and pop out to 22 and 16. So how do we respond, right? With some of their dudes, and like even Jeremy Grant, like doesn't get going early, but like still pops off for you know double digits. Let's go to the comments as we progress through the show. We'll get to the tier list. But guys, all 50, 60 plus of you. That's crazy. It's 11:30. Go to bed. This is not that important. It's just the first game in a 2-game series against Portland. Chauncey Billups led Portland Trailblazers. And I had the honor and privilege to watch the Blazers feed where they had Terry Porter guest star in the third quarter. That was pretty cool. I think the whole second half. He's a little quiet in the fourth quarter, but he basically said, it's Ant's team. He basically said a lot of really fun things to kind of, if you are a fan of the Timberwolves, you get pretty excited to hear an alternate, viewpoint of a team. And yeah, everyone questioned the Gobert trade, and now who's laughing? Doc Rivers says, how do you respond after a second half? Portland started to keep up, and that 11-point, 12-point lead became a 2-point lead for them. Man, that second quarter was stupid. We had like Gobert, uh, Nah, Jaden, Slomo, Monte Morris out there, and we weren't getting anything going. And the start of the fourth quarter, boy, I hope Finch, who had like to hold on to this team for a while, not let like anyone kind of go. Um, he tried a different approach in the fourth quarter. We had Nas and Nah playing off of each other, and I think he went to Ant early in the fourth quarter, and that was really cool. Just to close this game out, build a lead, extend that lead, push it out to a dozen. Tell them throw in the towel, right? We got like 4 minutes of our bench mob. That was really cool to see, and it was nice to see that. Yeah, despite all the momentum going in Portland's favor, um, the heroics of Nas in that fourth quarter really pushed, and then Ant just closed it out in style, in rhythm. 41 points, man. That's incredible, man. To the comments. Oh shit, we got a live post game coming tonight. I was worried about it after you guys might not having one. Honestly, I wanted to do the show tonight. Cameron's off with family, which is so cool. I think he's going to the show on Thursday, or going to the game on Thursday, which is even cooler. And I wanted to do the show because I wanted to talk a little bit about Scoot and DeAndre Ayton, and how would we respond in a back-to-back situation? Because it just felt like maybe some people would come to play, and some people didn't. And that's clearly what happened. Disco Wolf, you're a goat for hitting the like, and now we're trying to catch up here, my friends. Sorry if I miss a lot of your comments. Kieran Cooley, what's up? One of the biggest gripes was Cat getting 3 early fouls. That's right. Rudy Gobert, future coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yes, absolutely. I want to know who cussed out the team after the third quarter. JJ Redick to broadcast the finals with Doris Burke and Mike Breen. But JJ creates. I'm sorry. Don't unsubscribe after what I just said to you about you. But yes, Nah my king. Somewhat solo. What a game for Nah. I am somewhat solo tonight. However, I'm not because I have all of you guys. Good day to live on the West Coast. That is true. It's 9:30, but it is very late for me, as it is for all of you as well. Gorilla in that tier. I think we're on a come up here for the tier list spoilers. We'll have a Gorilla in that tier for sure. I added a couple people to the tier list, and I had to say goodbye to our boys Shake Milton and Troy Brown Jr. And I kind of was a little in advance. I might have put in a little Easter egg. We'll see if you can spot him. Holy hell! Nas shot form looks as smooth as it's been since we got him in the trade last year. Something that really I just love, appreciate, respect, admire, just full on gasm over is discipline and preparedness and just the will to, right? You don't need to throw acrobatics and athleticism and you know light strength and your ability to be quick with your hands. And just do normal, basic, fluid things, and it will produce. Right? If you practice the same shot form, you'll produce. It's so dumb to say, but I appreciate it because people like Na has simplified the hell out of their game. Same with Nas. They have simplified the fuck out of their game. So he's really just doing a step back three or a dribble side step three or just get it in rhythm and shoot the three, and it's butter. His form is not influenced by anything. And it's great to see because not everyone does that in the league, in this team, on our starting unit. Right? Nas best bench duo. Man, at the start of the season, I kind of felt that, kind of in like that energy building. The preseason was a great like notice to say, hey, Shake Milton and the bench boys are gonna really kind of prove its worth, and we're gonna be a tough team. We're gonna be a tough out, despite, even if like the games like Cat has like this because of our bench. And well, this season has proven that a bench needs to be as strong as it can be, but we didn't really have it consistently all year, and we're still trying to find it. But who's been Mr. Consistent all year has been Nikhil Alexander Walker. Boy, and it showed out tonight. Mostly also because Jaden McDaniels was an absolute zero. Finch, I talked about Finch just a little bit ago. He recognized nonsense tonight. He was really quick to say, Carl, you're not subbing back in. You're not seeing a whiff of that fourth quarter. You're not seeing a blip of that second quarter. You're sitting down and you're pouting and you're doing the YMCA in foul trouble. And Jaden McDaniels was an absolute zero. Honestly, he had great looks all game. And he actually was trying to be like, I feel like we were forcing the ball in his hands for the most part in the early parts of this game. He was dribbling the ball up. He was like getting the ball in early action. Things that you do with people that are not always engaged in the ball on offense. 0 for 7. Like, what the fuck, right? Is this the future of our team? Is it in his hands? We can't have a dud from Jaden McDaniels. And man, as much as I praise him and like just love what he does for our team in games like this, like some of it's kind of replaceable, right? We saw that clear as day in Nikhil Alexander Walker, who's an even better point of attack defender and on offense is no longer a liability. You can say 39, 37, 36% from three. I don't give a shit. He looked perfect out there as far as I'm concerned. Nah, with 7,000 exclamation points. I heard it. LOL. Debo, welcome to the show, my friend. 80 of you guys are here tonight. What's going on? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share with your friends. Tell Cameron how much you miss him in the comments below. Ant is looking unreal. We are beyond blessed. Hashtag blessed to have this next insane player on the Wolves. Man, I saw those burned yellow colorways, and man, my head went into dark places, like dark southwest coast places. And I really hope that's not the case. But of course, he's with us, and I love it, and I love those shoes too, man. And what a trip so far for Ant. I feel like he's 41 points. I can't believe it. I'm looking at 2 assists, and that's lower than the 9, lower than the 17 assists and like 3 turnovers or like 2 turnovers in the last couple games. And he started on a little slow again tonight, right? He had 2 turnovers early. Those were his only turnovers. I thought he really just decided to take this game over, and the rest of us kind of just fell in line, and it was like so fun to see in games like where the flow is not with us. We're not pushing to the next player, and Cat was a problem in that regard. And maybe we were trying to feed Gobert, but Gobert wasn't getting the ball nearly enough. But Ant was just like, fuck it, take it over. And I loved it. I loved it because we needed some juice from someone or somewhere tonight. And cool. Guys, Oh my gosh, Cameron, my friend, you are here. What the fuck? 7 waits wins the win. Is a win is a win. Pulled away in the fourth. Luca always wears Ant's shoes. I saw that too. Luca's wearing the colorways. He was wearing those blue ones tonight. Fuck yeah, that's so cool. Waldorf drives a lot. You're right. Big time, Anthony Edwards game. Big time now game. You'll see it in the tier list shortly. And who is better, Nah or Nas? Noah, do not make me choose tonight. It's clear as day is Nah. But actually, I don't even know for the season. There's no wrong answer. How about that, guys? Improvement. Yes, a game like tonight. I don't know what you're referencing as I'm trying to catch up with all the comments. But a game like tonight spells a loss. When Cat's trying to like establish 2x speed energy, man, he was so freaking incredible last night. His pace, his speed, it was not faster than him. He was playing contained and just like solid, mature basketball. That was a different story, man. Right? So, can we build off of that win yesterday? Oh, can we build through the adversity of Cat getting in foul trouble? Well, the answer is yes, and we found another like example tonight to look at film to break down this game and say, hey, how did we win this game when at one point in the fourth quarter it was 86-84 and we were losing? I think that was right after like Nah fouled Scoot Henderson or something, and Scoot Henderson hit 3 free throws. Killer. Good for him. I hope he has a killer career. I'm really rooting for him and the Blazers to kind of respond after the Dame, you know, era. I don't know, man. They have a lot of weird pieces, though. JJ, this is a lot of JJ tonight. Awesome. I honestly have missed the hell out of you, JJ. I remember when it was 5 viewers and you were the only one talking to us. You and Godfrey, and then Cameron's dad at the end. Oh man, and some random punks from Reddit. I worry for the rematch on Thursday. I I don't worry as much for the rematch on Thursday as I did for tonight. But Portland has a lot of film to build off of, and we're not going to have this performance from Nah. Probably, we're not going to have probably this performance from Ant. So, can we spread it out? Can Jaden exist in tonight's game, on Thursday's game? Can Cat double his output at least? It was nice to see him get to the free throw line, but can he at least get to 20 points? Like that's what we're going to need. And I think that's kind of more believable than like Portland taking us down. Wow, I love this. I hope Nah and Nah stay with us for a long, long time. Like our bench is our floor, like at our worst, we're playing like 10 bench players. And if like I guess our second quarter unit was pretty bad, huh? But like if we have a Nah and a Nas and a slow mo playing the way he did tonight, for example, yeah, we have some capable and potent, even starter replacement level players in Nah and Nas, and I just love it. Aiton always has Gobert's number. It says Begus. Begus, what's up, my friend? Some of your commentary in the Discord tonight had me like on the floor tonight, so I love that. I love being on the floor. Aiton always has Gobert's number. Aiton's game is like what Gobert allows, right? Aiton doesn't like get to the free throw line. Aiton doesn't dunk or lay it in. He has these like weird mid range shots, basically like a poor man's LaMarcus Aldridge, who I've always hated. And I can't believe I brought him back from the grave. But like DeAndre Ayton is all offense, no defense. Has rebounding in his DNA, but like so should every big in the NBA, right? So I agree with Debo. We win Thursday. I think this team has confidence against us on Thursday. That last another 5 minutes. Okay, sure. It's 5:30 in the morning here in England. Simon, I salute you, my friend, and also go to bed or go to work. I don't know what you're supposed to do right now. Don't be here. This is just a really weird live reaction post-game show of the Timberwolves, of our fan favorite team. This is Score Northwest, brought to you by no one. Oh, wish me luck that Anthony Edwards plays Thursday. I will wish you luck. Boy, will that suck if he didn't. Charlie Barley, 100% chance that Ant tries that left-handed bank shot in the All-Star game. Oh, that was sick. That was so sick. Midnight Wolf. Midnight Wolf also from England. You guys would find each other, take a picture, send it to us. We'll throw it on our walls. Wolves After Dark fame, guys. And then K Brewers, we're gonna go to the tier list right after a few more of these comments. Here's my weird thought of the night. Good teams are consistent, easier to game plan against. Bad teams aren't. You never know what you're going to get. This is not weird at all. This is a very, very astute observation. I think young teams are hungry to show out and show up. Like they just got a bunch of random dudes starting tonight. Some Kamara, who I guess was a former teammate of Anthony Edwards. They had Tybal and I think they had Banton and Duop. Apparently, Cameron remembered Duop from last year, earlier this year, or something like that. And Banton from Toronto was awesome tonight for them. What am I talking about them for? Oh, because they're going to bring weird energy into the game. They're going to try to muck it up. They're going to outpace you, and we're on tired legs, so they knew that. They knew how to run up and down the court faster than we can. It was very evident that Cat wanted nothing to do with this game. He's walking up there on the court. Countless possessions. I wrote notes, like 4 or 5 possessions in a row. He was the last one up and down the court. And even in transition, he was like not responding to the right person, to tag, you know what I mean, on defense. Oh my gosh. Eating a bowl of Lucky Charms just for you, Cameron. Shout out to M&M's on ice cream. He lived up to the dominating name tonight, that's for sure. Yes, already. Oh, Cameron. Season's over. Was flashing my eyes for a few seconds before Mike walked it off and kept playing. Oh, God, when Scoot Henderson dove. No. I didn't want that. I didn't want that to happen. The exact same thought went through my head, too. Noah, right back to you. Like I said, Jaden's our most replaceable starter at the moment. Could he be a trade piece in the future, considering our salary cap situation? We will see. What I would want in return is someone to align with the Ant like kind of window and someone to build with. I don't want to move Jaden, but games like tonight, you just kind of wonder, right? I think the Jaden Gobert pairing is the reason why we are top of the West. Now a full game up on OKC, who also won tonight. And or wait, are we a full game or are we half a game? A full game. And now we're 2 games up on the Clippers, who were the 1 seed for all of like 45 minutes. Solomon Hill. Oh my gosh. I remember that. FJD. I've never said that out loud. FJD. I wonder what does that stand for? But look at that snooty of yours. What a good game. This was a fun game. This was a fun. Could we test ourselves through this game and walk through that murky water and back to back tired legs? No one else has it going early, at least, except for Ant. That second quarter was scary. Luckily, we pulled it through, and that fourth quarter was awesome. Where are the Ant haters at? Johnny 2X. I love this comment. He's going to go down as the best player in Timberwolves history. So great. I'm going to remember this comment because I don't think you're alone in that, Johnny. And I think you should be really like excited, or we should all be excited first of all. But I think KG had a window, and we didn't build around KG the way that we were building around Ant right now. Isn't that like kind of incredible? We had the 1.5 years of Sam Cassell, Sprewell, you know, doesn't matter. Fred Hoiberg, Wally Zerbiak, Trenton Hassel, Anthony Peeler, Ricky Davis. Troy Hudson, right? Like nonsense players trying to build something with KG, and we just couldn't do it. We couldn't pull the correct strings and couldn't sign deals underneath the tables like Joe Smith. Indy EB. Guys, I am stalling. I forgot how to do this. Here it is. Boom. Tier list time. And look who's here. Someone who's not quite yet a Minnesota Timberwolves has appeared. I have future-proofed this thing in the event that it doesn't indeed happen. How do I get this so it looks better? Ooh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Mark my words. Mark them. I love it. Johnny2X, if you haven't joined our Discord, join our Discord. Everyone, not just Johnny2X. We can all be Johnny2X and join the Discord tonight. Evergreens 11. I don't think I've seen your name here before. My friend, thank you so much for joining. 70 of you guys are here right now. So sick. And I just stalled for 30 minutes. Oh, shoot. Sabrina, I told you I was going to do a quick show tonight. Maybe we should have had you here. Someone we all need to tip our hats to is Kyle Anderson. The man had 8 assists, 0 turnovers, fouls, and he was a plus 29. Spoilers, he was incredible. I'll be putting up near the top of the tier list tonight. Midnight Wolf, my friend, hello. Nate H, hello. Trying to get caught up with the group's commentary, which is always incredible. Gerald, what's up, my friend? I honestly think Cat is our most peaceful player. 22 points per game isn't hard to find, and 40% is from 3 is beyond easy to find. And that person can play D at half the price, or 2/3 of the price, or 3/5 of the price, or 4/7 of the salary of Cat. We'll see. Tonight is not about Cat slander or banter or trade potential, because the trade deadline has passed. Crone, new member. Is that a burner account, Crone? Aren't you already a member? Anywho, thank you, my friend. We'll be getting together and watching games sometime soon. Don't forget the GOAT Mark Madsen. Can't. I had a drink with it. I can never forget. The other M. Morris. We're so close to catching up. We've caught up. Every night is about Cat slander. Yes. Check your DMs. However, public facing tonight, we're not going to do it. But how about how many of them have won 3-point contests? Told you, Finch. Told you. Alrighty, guys. It's time for tier list. I am going to be terribly unprepared in terms of checking in comments and doing the tier list and doing stat stuff. But, guys, as I refreshed the page of my stats, it wasn't me just being frozen there. Luka Garza, 5 points. Give him an A. No one else of note, so I'm going to move on. Monte Morris, 11 minutes, 0 for 3, but 2 assists. I am fine. I am fine with him doing as much as he can. Honestly, a back-to-back situation after playing like 60 minutes all season, not expecting anything out of him. I thought it was pretty cool that he took a seat. He was trying to do his thing, and like another reason to like really promote Slow-Mo tonight is that he took the challenge of being like the main point guard tonight. Conley started, but was kind of a decoy in a lot of ways because he wasn't at 100%. I felt. I thought he was slower than normal. We don't have Shake out there, right? So we have a little Monte, and Monte's like kind of figuring out his role still. And I think Dane Moore and Kyle Tige were like, he should be more aggressive, or we don't know how to use him yet. And absolutely, so there's no problem here. We get to figure it out live and have a All-Star break to really kind of bring him in. So I have no problem with him. Um, Naz Reid. Usually I end the bench tier list with Naz Reid, but Naz Reid is not the all-star from our bench tonight. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. This is a B. It could be an A, but he missed his first couple shots. He hit that 1 3. Then he was kind of just kind of like a decoy, kind of a pseudo threat on the perimeter, and then he was kind of driving to get to the rim. And he had that sick dunk that is like almost A worthy. And sometimes I'm a simple man. I just love dunks, threes, and oops, and not oops, but like alley oops. And I don't like backwards passes. I don't like through the leg dribbles. I'm a simple man, and Naz Reid makes it simple and is so electrifying when he's on. I'm giving him a B. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, nope, slow mo. 22 minutes. You could look at his stat line and say 1 for 3. Oof. No 3-point attempts in the modern day contemporary NBA. Oops. 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 8 assists. Team high plus 29. 8 points still delivered. Still acted as his counterpart off of Portland in every way. And you had Scoot Henderson with 9 assists. You had Slow-Mo, the exact opposite player with 8. This is a welcome back to form, Slow-Mo. Thank you for sticking with us. We are sticking with you because we kind of have to also. But in games like tonight, this is why I feel like you were here. There was moments in the Clippers game where I was also like, oh, Slow-Mo's coming back. Slow-Mo's coming back. And if you rewatch, man, Slow-Mo had something going on last night too. So I hope we see this Slow-Mo. I think a lot of it was just like, a psyche, like he had the yips, right? Losing confidence in himself, the eye injury, the eye surgery that really kind of affected him. Probably enough Slow-Mo conversation for tonight. His impact was giving everyone else the opportunity to have open looks, and he was the Gobert whisperer in a lot of ways tonight as well. And I thought he handled the point guard duties swimmingly, where we were kind of in a weird position where if Ant didn't have the ball, who was creating offense, right? Na isn't the creator that Conley is. Na isn't the creator that Slow-Mo is. At least we have Slow-Mo to kind of blur those lines of who's bringing the ball up, who's calling the shots. It's awesome. But with Slow-Mo comes Nickeil Alexander-Walker with the kill. The kill is in his name, depending on how you pronounce it. It's Keel. But we didn't keel over. Ooh, I'm good tonight. I'm good. Nah. I almost want to rename this the Nah 1 tier. That's pretty dumb, right? Nah 9. Nah 9. No commentary from me here. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, even before I talk about his stats, he's an A1. He's a Nah 9 tonight. 18 points. And that wasn't enough. Like that is not the reason why he's an A1. 5 for 6 from 3 might be one of the reasons, but he also played insane defense against Simons, who I thought was handling Jaden tonight. I thought Simons pulled away every time that Jaden was trying to guard him. He would step back a little bit further and get that 3 going, or he would get that floater going, and Jaden was like kind of rendered useless out there. Hats off to Chris Finch for recognizing that and keeping not on him. Simons went 6 for 19, like not the best output. That's a Wiggins stat line right there. And yeah, sure, he got his points, but he was kind of useless. Like I wasn't scared. Largely because of Na. I think this Na is best Na is I I see consistency out of him that I rarely see out of a bench player. A bench player is usually trying to get their next contract and show out, trying to do everything with an extra oomph or extra spirit, and he is doing everything as we see him, and nothing extraneously new or extra or different. Nothing to stand out from the crowd, and he's killing in his role. He's killing in the performances that we need him in, and I think all season long since the trade, holy crap, we were nowhere in that series against Denver without him, and it's just permeated. It's just like continued to be in his game all season long. He's been Mr. Consistent, and now hitting 40% clip from three. What a steal! Can't believe, unreal performance from Na tonight. Will we get this again on Thursday? Probably not. Probably absolutely not. But will we get this again sometime when we need it? I think so. And that's really where it's at right now. But no, he's always going to be there. The way that Conley was clutching out games early in the season, right? The 65-1 turnover ratio. Mike Conley. We're getting a lot of just absolute production from the unsung heroes, the others. And tonight it was Na, and I love it. And I want more of it. I didn't get to hear the Minnesota broadcast, but it's so sick to hear this, right? Isn't it awesome to have this like a bench player who you are completely underpaying and and he is so fine. He's so fine to be here and excited to be here. And he had this exceptionally emotional, like 4-minute interview prior to a game. I don't remember who it gets to, where he was just like so fortunate and so like his preparedness has gotten him here, and he just keeps working on his game despite anything. Oh man, you weren't a member until now. You just gifted. Okay, my friend. Well, thank you so much, man. Um, Catching up on a couple comments about 10 minutes ago. Morris looked a little slow on defense, working himself back from injury. Monte Morris needs to watch film workout during the break. I think that's going to happen because we are so heavily reliant on him because we lost two for the price of one, right? It's pretty exciting, honestly, to have Finch kind of go to him right away, immediately. Maybe because we just don't have anyone else, but lots of trust in Tim Connolly there, right? Like the Shake Milton minutes didn't really work out. He put him in and forced him through the beginning of the season, and then he just put him in the end of the bench. So I think we're trying to just force this and see if it works, and then if it doesn't, we'll find out another way. But I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty sure it will. It doesn't seem like he's going to really hurt us on any end, on either end. Slow mo, yeah. Slow mo does that every year. He might be traded. Ooh, understood. Understood. Feels like last year would be the year when he felt he was the safest to stick on a team, so he might do it regardless of whether there's rumors or not. Yeah, now is clutch. He seems to make the most timely threes in the fourth. Man, that was a that was amazing. Kron with the on point. He's on fire gif in Discord. Shout out to Discord. Apparently, Wolves After Dark commented 100 likes and we changed the top tier to Gorilla Nuts. All 64 of you. 65 now. Alrighty. Moving on to the starters, unless there's anyone else that I might have missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Anthony Edwards, man. Sorry, I just took a second there to stare at the box score. Mike Conley, as we were talking about a little bit earlier before, 26 minutes, 7 points, 6 assists, 3 block shots for Mike Conley. 3 block shots. What? It doesn't matter what he does out there. He survived an injury scare. The bread and butter to this team, the reason why we go, He was a B tonight. Nothing exciting, but absolutely was not meh. I thought he had a uh, tough task of guarding Scoot Henderson, a tough task of like chasing Anthony Simons when Jaden wasn't on him. And I thought, I don't know. I thought they played up front on him pretty aggressively, and I thought it got him in weird situations. And I thought he played to the best of his ability, which is great. We don't need a whole lot out of him. Anything more is like kind of like extra, right? Just butter, cherry on top. Oh, Jaden McDaniels. I'm sorry. I don't even want to really talk about your performance tonight. The only thing I'm going to say is on the end of the back to back, and you're kind of nursing a hand injury. As I grab a drink of water, shout out to all of you guys for sticking around nearly 45 minutes after the game. This is bedtime. I hope you guys are laying in bed, just like going to sleep on this monotone voice of mine. Carl Anthony Towns. I don't want to respect this game performance or anything out of you. 8 for 8 from the free throw line is fine. You get that 3 in the third. Cool. That was in rhythm through the offense. You hit that 3. That was sweet. An awful performance. We can't see the yin and the yang on a back-to-back performance. I need 10 games of you to play at one level, And it was this level that we've seen you to play at for 10 games, I'm moving on. But I hated tonight from Cat, and it almost doesn't feel fair because we just have to go to the others, and the others will pick up the pieces, stitch the tears in our jeans, and that's not because of it's a fashion trend. And Ant just has to play hero ball for us to stay competitive and build like an 8-point lead. That's kind of embarrassing, Cat. That's kind of unfair. Even on a back-to-back, right? And any given whatever Tuesday, any team can beat any team. We've seen it and we've dealt with it. It's like because of games like this, right? Like we can't just completely stomp on someone's throat in the first quarter because you're not playing consistent. You're not playing the way that you were playing last night. If you played the way that you played last night, I would have had no issues. Even if you had 3 fouls, I would have had no fucking issues. But you were just playing a different game that first quarter, and it was not fun. Moving on. Let's see here. YMCA was a treat to see. Tweeted, retweeted, and posted even on Reddit. If you look at all the forums, like Real GM, Reddit, Canis Hoopus, they were all screaming at Cat. Like, what is this nonsense, right? But we're doing this despite performances like that. Whoa, Monte Morris in the screen has a massive head. And men do come. Shout out you, Cameron. Okay, Rudy Gobert. I feel like with the exception of like 3 games all season, Rudy Gobert's floor has been a B+, A-. Once again, yeah, maybe he lost tonight's battle, in quotation marks, against DeAndre Ayton. But no one came close to the rim tonight. If I were to look at the stats, and I'm going to right now, terribly, points in the paint. Well, they matched us 50-44, so screw my commentary. But I thought, from last night we had like 68 points or whatever in the paint. It was amazing. I thought we were going to double down on that effort and be bigger and stronger than our opposition, and we could have, but we were playing very skittish and afraid of getting to the rim. We weren't getting the calls, which I thought was fine. Like let the players play. That's fine. Ant was falling down a lot, but Gobert played his game. It doesn't matter how the game is being called. This is kind of what I want out of a $60 million man, right? Like I know what I'm getting out of Rudy Gobert every given night. There might be some random underhand shot. There might be a dunk where he could have dunked, but he throws it off the backboard, 16 points, 15 rebounds, a block shot, doesn't get into foul trouble. This guy, he's incredible. He's the reason why we are number one in the West. Where is Rudy Gobert? There he is. Anthony. If we break down his game, he played 8 minutes of the first quarter. He scored 2 points. He kind of was a little irrelevant in that first quarter. In the second quarter, Cat played 0. Rudy Gobert played the entire second quarter. In the third quarter, Rudy Gobert, let's scroll down a little bit more. Rudy Gobert played 9 minutes in the third, and then Rudy Gobert in the fourth quarter played 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. Like the entire fourth quarter until it was out of reach, right? On the end of a back-to-back, and he's older than Cat, and he's slower and more potentially fragile than Cat, right? Like his ankle's one ankle, he's gone for a month. Doesn't matter the challenge, doesn't matter the athleticism or size or whatever. He's going to have a role. There was a clip that was like a 2 or 3 minute clip on Rudy Gobert's defense on the perimeter. That's kind of just see this season. I cockeyed optimist in me, but I don't know if he's going to be kind of like, you know, small balled out of the playoff rotation, right? He's going to be there, and he's going to be the reason why we are where we are. Because the way he's been be able to defend the perimeter has been outstanding. Yeah, sure. Scoot Henderson's a little bit faster than him at times and can get around him. That's fine. We don't see that as often in the playoffs. And there's no Chris Paul to do it too small on Rudy Gobert. Oh, I don't even know. Who does Chris Paul play for again? That's right. I guess that leaves us with one player. Am I wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one player left. Usually we save A1 tier for the one-offs. The can't forget, will never forget this game. But without Ant tonight, we lose by 20. I swear. Without Ant tonight, we are nowhere in this game. 41 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block shot, 4 for 8 from 3. He was the man. In the Ant versus Ant duel, he doubled him up. In the who's the best player on the court? Ant. 23-year-old Ant taking over the NBA. As Terry Porter said, it is no longer Karl Anthony Towns' team. It's Ant's team. A1. I'm sorry if you guys have said some stuff I have missed in commentary. Whirly squirrely. Just watched the NBA 9-minute recap vid. Apparently, Ayton decided he was going to play basketball tonight. Usually phones it in. Ant is Neo. I love that. I'm surprised Ant played so well. He usually phones it in. Phones it in? You said phones it in a comment ago. You said phones it in again. I love it. I'm going to use phones it in my next sentence after I read your comment. So well, he usually phones it in against these kinds of opponents. I am not surprised. I am surprised at maybe the output, but I felt that he was just going to take this game over. Him and Cat were going to be like a 1-2 punch, or we were going to be like shut out. Like I really think that they were going to either bring way too much energy and we were going to not be able to respond, or we were just going to 1-2 punch them out of the game early. And neither happened. But I was feeling this kind of game from Ant, and the Ant takeover was throughout the whole game. And I loved it. The way that he closed out this game too, incredible. You saw it in his eyes, like the way that he was driving to the rim and not getting those calls. He wasn't like bitching at the refs. He's getting back on D, and he was doing it again. He was like, I don't give a crap. I'm getting to the rim. It's DeAndre Ayton on the other side, right? Like he could do anything he wanted. It was awesome. And he knows Kung Fu now. I love it. Oh, okay, Brewers. The only difference between Ant and Neo is that Ant already knows he's the one. Woo-hoo-hoo. I love it. Shout out to all of you guys. Those are nice. Those were nice. What? Those are quick. Those are quick. Good reference. Edwards just used defense to rest his sore knee, and that went out on offense. Yeah, guys, gals, by nine non-binary pals, my friends, all 70 of you. Can't thank you guys enough for joining us on this ride, this journey. We're number one in the West, 38 wins. I feel like there's a Kyle Tyge tweet coming in tomorrow morning, or this time last year, or this time in 18 years ago, we had 19 wins. Or like, I don't know. One comment that, or one thought that the Blazers broadcast brought up is that we have never had first place for as long as we've had it this year, like kind of combined, right? Like this year, than our entire existence in Timberwolves history. And that includes the 03-04 year where we went 60 wins, right? I don't remember if it was 62 and 20 or something, or if it was like 58 and 24 or something. I don't remember the exact record. But we have held first place as long as we've ever had it combined this year than our entire history. An incredible comment, an incredible feat. And I'm just thinking back to the 03-04 year where it's like the Lakers had Karl Malone and Gary Payton and Kobe at his prime and Shaq in his prime and Rick Fox and whatever the fuck Derek Fisher was, and like Utah and no, maybe not Utah. Oh, maybe it was Utah. Utah with Darren Williams yet or no? But Sacramento, Dallas with Dirk. Kings were insane. My favorite team that wasn't the Timberwolves. Kings were so much fun. Denver. How could we forget that year? Those years, man. Those were insane years. And now we have a different feeling of who's at the top of the West this year. I feel like there's holes at every team. Our team is maturity and discipline in jersey number 32, right? In a lot of ways. Sorry, not trying to be negative here about that, but and we are a little slower than maybe what we should be. Like when we have Ant and Cat on offense. Our offense will get better as we are slowly seeing it kind of come up right from the bottom of the West, bottom of the NBA. We're slowly getting better efficiently offensively. But like the Clippers have holes. They are like 0-7, 0-8 against teams that are bigger than them. Phoenix Suns, they just lost Bradley Beal again. They are just 3-point shooters, and KD is old. OKC is young. Pelicans are young, and I don't know what they have. Like, I think they're very exciting and very scary to face off against the West. Dallas just got bigger, but Dallas still has Kyrie Irving, and I don't know how Kyrie Irving's going to fit in with those new dudes. And Luka's Luka, and like, can that actually perform in the half court? We'll see. Sacramento Kings haven't improved. Denver Nuggets didn't make a move in the trade deadline. Like they could have made a move, I thought. The Lakers stood pat, and they're relying on D'Angelo Russell now. And oh my God, Draymond Green's back, and now the Warriors are back. It's like it is kind of scary, but they all have holes. Every team in the West is scary, but also there's flaws all over, which makes me feel really excited about the end, the race here towards the end of the year. How we're gonna build off of these kind of games. And hopefully we don't take these games for granted because maybe our schedule is a little bit easier. But we can really catapult ourselves in these games as the season matures. And we can really find ourselves offensively, I think. And I thought it was such a great offseason mindset to pull in Rudy and be like, we're a defensive first team with you and Jaden, You and Jaden, Conley. Bring us there. Slow-mo, bring us there. Ant's on board, Cat's never played better D. This shit is exciting. And yeah, maybe it took us 3.5 quarters to really take care of business against Portland. That's just going to happen. right? What I would love to see is consistency. What I would love to see is more of the end of the bench minutes, meaning we blow out teams. Where I really enjoyed the fact that we didn't see Cat in the fourth quarter of last night's game and tonight because we didn't need him. And frankly, that's cool because right, that's kind of a mark of a good team where we can play without our bench best players playing heavy minutes sometimes and take care of business. And good to see. I'm gonna end with a few comments here from chat, and then I'll probably call it here. Ant walking the West All Star locker room in first place. I feel good, right? Crone agreed. Oh, what did you say? It's still Denver till you knock them out. Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't say. I don't think I said anything negative about Denver, but I just think that some teams have made moves, and I think the Clippers look stronger than they've ever been. Thunder are not an easy out. We are the best defensive team in the NBA right now, and we are built to beat the Nuggets. Could they have found someone? I think they could have. They're a little too reliant on some of the pieces that are young. Patrick Watson, Christian Brown, whatever. It's still them until we take them down, until someone takes them down. I agree with that. It's just how it is. Jamal and Jokic are who they are. Garza minutes are nice. Garza? Oh, I don't understand. I think I see Garza, so it's like Luka Garza. Nice. Yeah. I think we just saw Miami beat Milwaukee tonight, or yeah, that's what happened, I think, right? Yep. Victory cigars. Oh my, I'm an idiot, guys. And that's how we're gonna close the stream tonight. With a sound effect.
From Surf Defense. Gorilla Nut. Kill Alexander from Surf Defense. Gorilla Nut. Kill.
Okay. I don't know. And yeah, that's it for me. 52 wins is all but inevitable. Smoking that Luca pack. Thursday is another game. I'll be here. Cameron will be there, and maybe he'll call in and give us a from the garage how did it feel point of view. Thank you guys so much for joining. Hashtag join the Discord. Like, share, subscribe, all those good things. But thank you just so much from the bottom of our hearts as we keep going into the All-Star break with vibes at an all-time high. Take care, guys.